Hi, my name is Julie Broyles and I'm a student at Florida State University, majoring in information technology and specializing in website design and development. I build dynamic, ADA compliant websites. I have a dictionary-like knowledge of HTML and CSS, and I'm also proficient in PHP, JavaScript, and Flash, to name a few. I excel at website design because I am creative, organized, and detail-oriented. I'm going to demonstrate the difference between HTML and XHTML by showing you how to convert an HTML file to XHTML. Let's start by taking a look at the original HTML file. Notice the type definition for HTML 4.0 transitional loose here. This is the most basic and therefore least web-ready document type that still passes validation. Let's go ahead and validate this now. In case you don't know, this is the markup validation service provided by the W3C, or the World Wide Web Consortium. The World Wide Web Consortium is responsible for defining all of the standards for the web. As you can see, the page passes validation. But once again, this page is in 4.0 transitional loose and must be updated to fit the higher standards we have on the web today. In order to do this, let's start by changing the document type definition from HTML loose to XHTML strict, which I've already done in this file. As you can see, all that is different is the type definition, which is right here. Now let's try to validate the file again with the new type definition and see what happens. "34 errors. In order to correct these errors and make this page valid XHTML 1.0 strict, we must first understand the difference between HTML and XHTML. We must first be clear on the differences between HTML and XHTML. First off, all elements and attribute names must be in lowercase, and I did that initially. All attribute values must be quoted. No empty elements, all, let me go back. In order to make this page valid XHTML 1.0 strict, we must first be clear on the difference between HTML and XHTML. First off, all elements and attribute names must appear in lowercase. All attribute values must be quoted. Non-empty elements require a closing tag. Empty elements are terminated using a space and a trailing slash. No attribute minimization is allowed. And in strict XHTML, all inline elements must be contained in a block element. Now let's go to our file. Get this in Notepad. Accessories. The first thing I notice when looking for problems with this page is this font tag right here. In XHTML, formatting is defined in CSS. And for ours, we're going to use this CSS file that I've already made. In order to attach the CSS file to the document, we must use a link tag which basically just tells the browser, hey, use this CSS file. Make sure you put a trailing slash on that, and it should be good to go. Remove this font tag, use a div instead, with an ID that I've already created, font1, as you can see here. The next problem with this page I see is this BR tag right here, a line break, which is not contained within a block element. Since it just creates a blank line, I'm going to put a paragraph, which is a block element, around the image, and that will give us our blank line without using the BR tag. And this image tag definitely needs a trailing slash. And remember what I said about formatting? I have to get rid of this align property, which I already took care of in the CSS with this right float on the image. In XHTML, all tags must be closed, and as you can see, these list elements are not closed, so we're going to close them now. Next, we have some formatting here on our table we need to get rid of. Both the align and the border, which have also been taken care of in the style tag here. And this paragraph block is our validator stamp, which does not apply to this document, since it's in a different type definition than the previous. With these changes, let's upload and revalidate the file. As you can see, our file is now invalid XHTML strict. By doing this, we have successfully made this web page compliant with the ADA, which requires such features as resizable text and alternate text for images, etc. This is to better accommodate the seeing impaired.